Hello everyone. Let's look at the market update from today. Um, so I have my own platform that tracks the news across the different sources, whether it's Bloomberg, Wall Street, Twitter, and so on. So that we'll go over that. First, let's look at what are the top gainers for today. We have VCIG, which is very popular among the day traders with the very low float. Uh, Low float is something which is very intriguing to the day traders. I personally would not like to jump into this one. I know this is stock from previous trading history. This has been in the, I think they provide GPU or they build some infrastructure. And if you look at like 1 year trend for this one, it's absolutely disaster. They have done multiple stock splits and so on. And this is kind of like pump and dump you will see most often with these kind of stock. Um, so the news is that the launches Malaysia first NVIDIA powered AI GPU. These are just fad. VCIG subsidiary introduces NVIDIA AI powered GPU computing and so on. I personally don't like it. Let's look at what um, Tulsi is saying. Where is the Tulsi platform? Okay. Um, we are interested in looking at VCIG and okay, so the news is pretty old, 1 hour old, and so let's look at the chart. It started around 8 o'clock. Yeah. So right now it's 9, and around 8 o'clock we have this news breakout. And based on this news only, we see IG pump 250%. This is all based on the trend. I don't see that the news in itself has that much of catalyst that it can go like 3x in an hour or so. Uh, I think I will not touch it. I will not touch it. ASNS, this is, I think I did a research on this almost 6 months back, and I found it very interesting. Well, what they do is that they provide infrastructure to internet service provider through which they can provide the internet at a good speed in the rural area as well without building your optical fiber infrastructure. And they have sort of like they are the only solution provider when it comes to expanding the current infrastructure for the internet. So I found it really interesting. They have been able to clock some partnership here in Texas, in Germany as well. So I like it, but what I didn't like it is that they have been diluting the shareholder heavily. I think within a year or so, they have done reverse split of 2 or 3 times. So that's why I don't like it. If you look at the trend, it's almost coming from $10 in 1 year to 10 cents, 16 cents. That's literally losing your 99%. So stay away from ASNS unless they have something that shows that they are moving toward profitability. The path to profitability is very unclear. Canfight Pharma, uh, oh, they are the drug company which is for, I think, cancer treatment. Let's look at CANF. Is there any further news on CANF? This stock is pretty old. I think I have traded it like probably 10 years back. Has ended a settlement agreement with her. It's okay, that's not convergence. A phase two open label study for namodesine for advanced pancreatic ductal. I don't know its primary endpoint. Okay, so CANF also it's a phase two. Any pre-commercial biotech stocks I don't put in or biopharma stocks I don't go in it. They are what I like is like if their drug is exceptional, that's the only drug that can solve a disease, then I would go for it. Um, if or they are on the verge of being commercialization, so that's where you can find a symmetric opportunity. GLXY, I think this is the one which is about the oil one. Uh, Class structure. I don't know about this one. I would, I have to look into it. But let's look at if they are China based or Singapore based. Again, I don't like to touch those stocks which are non-US stocks, um, especially the Asian companies. They have a lot more geopolitical risk. So personally, not touching it. Firefly, neuroscience. Hmm. Again, it's coming down. It's dropped a lot, losing 99% of this. Announced greater than 20-fold expansion of its commercial footprint and 33-fold increase in its EEG ERP scan volume. These numbers 20-fold and 33-fold. These looks intriguing, but are we talking about the volume going from 1 to 20, or are we talking about 20 to 400? Both are 20-fold. So I think I will look deep into what's going on with the Firefly neuroscience. Uh, this fits into my criteria that they should be on the commercial launch, uh, but progress towards commercial launch of its foundational model for the human brain powered by NVIDIA GPU. Every company is coming up with the NVIDIA GPU keywords to get a pop. And once they have the pop, they will go for this share dilution. Uh, that's what you will see most of the pump and dump stocks. Personally, it looks very risky. I will do a deep dive on Firefly neuroscience. Let's look at what Palsy is saying about AIFF. Do we have anything that is not a lot? That's the only news that we have. An announced greater than 20-fold expansion of the commercial footprint. So, same. DXST. Okay, this looks like a recent last IPO stocks. Okay, so EPS down year over year, sales 12.9 million. If you show me a year over year growth rate of like $1.4 million, I'll completely ignore it unless they have something else to show. Buru, I think I have traded Buru when it was at 20 cent or something, and then I got out of it. Buru, they position themselves really well, but I don't think so. They have any moat in their company that they can get out of their messy balance sheet. So I'll ignore it. SHMD, don't know what it is. See for the specialized Infinity Line H plus system. Uh, Interesting. Don't know what it is. Need to look into it. Let's look at if what is the profile for this. Okay, Germany semiconductor. I should look at it. So definitely, I will look for AIFF and S. What is this? SHMD. The ticker in itself is so bad that you don't feel like doing a research on it. Um JZXN, I think this is a Chinese company. Yeah, so ignoring it. BW, this is an energy company that they have the partnership with. I think was that Applied Digital? Yeah, ALPD, uh, to provide the energy for their upcoming data centers. I have a stake at $3 or $4 something, and I'm just keeping it. I think energy will still. It's a long run game, so I think if you own an energy stock, just keep it. Pre-insurance holding. Uh, hmm, I have seen this one. Company acquires pre-insurance common shares, so I think it's a acquisition candidate. I think uh, not prefer it, but let's see. EOLS. Also, this one has earning reported yesterday, and I think they did really well. Revenue guidance of 330 million in the midpoint and expanding international. So I think we should look at EOLS. EOLS. So let me actually add it here in the. Huh. So that's for 0304 2026 market movers. And I'm gonna add what was the stock name? EOLS, AIFF, and SHMD. Okay, this is this has just 11% bump, so I don't think so. There is a huge news. Again, Malaysia based. I'm not gonna put any time on it. Brand engagement is very popular uh, among the trade traders. So edible garden again 16%, 14%. That's not something significant. That shows me that there is a CVU is something which is interesting. I have done research on it. I'm probably gonna make a detailed video on this. Uh, so right now the hot area is that anything related to the space, defense, or drone, or GPU, anything related to that, that will have a lot of thump, and they will get a decent valuation in the market. So CPI aerostructure is primarily they manufacture of structure assemblies, integrated system, and kitted component, and the domestic for the international, domestic and the international air force, airspace and defense. So I think they have a partnership with Adrenal, and they have a partnership with Ondas as well. So they primarily manufactures components that is suitable for your you know air flying equipments. So just think about the shaft. You need to have your materials in these shafts or the blades of a particular quality. It should be light, it should be able to do its functions, and so on. So they are the primary manufacturer of it. So CVU is something which should definitely look at it. Look at the price history of CPU. I think last 5 years, so they are down and out. Hmm. Mostly flat. And if something is flat for pretty long time and they are not changing their operating business, that means that their business is more or less same across 5 years. I don't like to put a lot of money, but since I know that this is an emerging area, I'll put up a thought on it whether we should do a deep research on CVU. All right, so these are the top gainers. Let's look at the top losers for the day. Okay, these are the typical day trading stock GSIV. Vox is pretty popular, and then PATL. PATL has a huge surge yesterday. Now I think it's just retracing because of the oil related thing in the world going on. Iran has cut off one of the main, I think, uh, what was its name? I'm forgetting its name. So that's essentially the harbor where you have your 20% of the world oil goes through that harbor. And battalion is essentially will be benefited from higher price of the oil. I don't know about this one. I have seen it, trending up and down. Crown Holding, TMD, Rubico. Rubico is also very popular among the day traders. Anything with the low float, you will see will be very popular with the day traders. Uh, so overall, I don't see any interesting company that is listed in the top losers. Personally, I like to see some of the companies that has the higher market cap and they are dropping a lot, so that where you can see some opportunities for the beaten down stocks. Turbo Energy was essentially popped yesterday. I think it went up like 100% yesterday, and then today it is dropping down. I was thinking of looking into it, Turbo, because they have disclosed that they have some backlog on Energy Pro. So Turbo Energy highlights 53 million AI-driven industrial electrification backlog amid energy. So these are, I think this is pretty old news. They're just resurfacing the old news to get a pop. That's also often these small stocks does that, and you should you should keep yourself away from these kind of stocks. And again, like our MOBX, let's look at MOBX. MOBX Lab is, I think it's getting a stabilize around $1.2. That's giving the market cap of almost, what is the market cap here? 115 million. I think if they have clocked $5 to $10 million deal with defense, they should be valued around 80 to 90 million, and they already projected for 10 plus million, I think 20 million around this year. And yeah, I think MOBX is doing fine. I would not go above $2 with the current price and news. Uh, all right. So another thing we are doing is that we are building some of the automated process through which we can leverage automation on our penny stocks. Since penny stocks fluctuates a lot, uh, you will see that these are the logs of my trade on the MOBX. It's been running for almost a day or two, and it is looking at the RSI and the pricing. So this is automated trade setup that if MOBX goes above $2, then it will not do the trade. If it's below, then we'll do a buy or sell based on the RSI value. So around what time it was 8:47, I had 64 shares at a price of 22 cent, $1.22. At that time the RSI was 36, and then it goes on. I think selling, buying, it's again 64. If stock goes sideways, then it will not do anything. So slowly accumulating the stocks as it goes down. So here the price dropped to 115, and I am able to buy it and lower down my average cost of $1.2. As we go down, I think it's going down, so it's okay. If it even if it goes to 100, sorry, $1 or less than that, I'll not be able to accumulate more than 200 or 300 stocks. So look at this. What happened here? 118 share at $1.18 with the RSI of 76. So it means that the stocks started going up, and then based on the RSI, we should sell it at 1.24. The current price was 1.2. So, did we sell any stock yet? No. So, latest I have 118 stocks from automated trading at a average price of 1.18, and the currently MOBX is trading at 1.2. So, on overall on the automated trading for today, I'm still up. Let's look at, so yeah, it's been going on through around the clock. Not around the clock, it's actually from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. PST EST. And in that time frame, the MOBX is tradable, and we'll do the trading on it. So that's it. That's the pre-market news. It seems like it's gonna be a green day, although uh, things are in the news. It appears like we may have more stability, but let's see. All right. My goal is to go over these moving stocks every day, uh, and find an interesting one. And if you find something interesting and you feel like we should do a deep research on it, um, feel free to ping me, put the comments on, and follow the channel. Also, you can try Posey if you want. Still very preliminary stage. We are still building a pipeline for SEC data, Twitter data, and so on. Ultimately, the goal is that we should be able to source news from anywhere, everywhere, and provide the detail for free. These should not be an edge for in the information age. We should not have institution having the information edge over us. So that's the goal. Let's see how much we can achieve. We'll see you in next one. Probably I will do an after hour as well, but let's see. So market is about to open in 10 minutes. Uh, Interesting. Let's Okay. I'll go and do my usual job. See you guys later. Thank you, everyone.